I want to be good. Let's just say for this hypothetical that I want to be a good person. Why don't I just go right up to heaven? What happens? Well, we're going to give that not just another point, but a whole section. So let's get to part 2 now. So we zoomed again. We're going to do a lot of zooming this episode, and this time, oh, look at it. It's like great green screen. I'm in a classroom. How did I get in this classroom in a different perspective than the classroom is? All right, so I'm here because this is a little segment on learning, and as Swedenborg describes it, there's a lot of learning in the afterlife. There is probably more learning even than there is here, and we learn so much here. So the 2 essential reasons why we're here in the world of spirits is that we need training and we need cleaning. Secrets of Heaven 9763 lays it out for us. When people go from the world to the other life, which happens right after death, they take along worldly and earthly qualities incompatible with the spiritual and heavenly qualities of angels. As a result, those who are to go up to heaven are first prepared by being stripped of the worldly and earthly qualities they brought with them. If they were taken up to heaven any sooner, they could never remain in the communities there, because their wisdom and love are not refined enough for the purity in which angels live. Once they have been prepared, though, the Lord takes them up and introduces them into heaven, where they join those angelic communities in which the true ideas and good impulses of faith and love harmonize with their own. So thus comes that scuba diving intro that we had. You can't go up too fast, you get the bends. When you're in heaven, unless you have the distracting elements taken out of your mind, you can't be in that sphere. And we sort of see that in our lives, how we live them. When something really serious comes up, somebody gets sick or something like that, we enter a different sort of state of mind, don't we? Things that were important don't seem important anymore. And this world of spirits transition is that, just on a larger scale. If that's not making any sense, let me diagram you real quick. Here is a person, and Swedenborg says we're all a mixture of all kinds of stuff here. They broadly fit into 4 categories: good, truth, evil, and falsity. As you can see, there's different kinds. There's inherited good, which is just a natural tendency we have towards good. There's actual good, things we've done, this in its counterpart in evil. There's truth that we really believe and live, and there's falsities that we've seized upon. And this is all scattered throughout us and not really organized. And you have all 4 coexisting in us right now. To be able to make that trip up through the spiritual water, we have to get like this. If we want to go up, we got to have the evil and falsity removed. Now, this is a tangent, but Swedenborg says it's never truly gone. It's just made dormant. So nobody's like, oh, I'm perfect, I don't have any evil. But it's made dormant, and good and truth are organized and joined to each other. You can see the round things being good, the boxes being truth. They each have their own. Once you have this internal order, that's the journey. Because it's not about physically moving your spirit body somewhere. It's about coming into the right state of mind, because state of mind is movement in the afterlife. For that, see other shows that we've done. So how long does that take? If we're sitting around in the spiritual world trying to sort out our squares and circles, how long does that take? It depends. Heaven and Hell 426. There is a vast number of people in the world of spirits, because that is where everyone is first gathered, where everyone is examined and prepared, first gathered after death. There is no fixed limit to our stay there. Some people barely enter it and are promptly either taken up into heaven or cast down into hell. Some stay there for a few weeks, some for a number of years, though not more than 30. The variations in length of stay occur because of the correspondence or lack of correspondence between our deeper and more outward natures. And in that very first episode of this show that we did, I remember that line, cast into hell, and I had to explain, it's not, he says cast into hell, it's not like you are grabbed by the heaven police and thrown down there. What looks like being cast down is some people just love it, and he says they actually dive headfirst into there, because hell is exuding the kinds of evils and falsities that they really want to be around. So it's not like, hey, we know what you did, handcuffs, you're going down. It's very much a self-propulsion system. Anyway, back to what I was saying there. There's a time spent based on how close we are. You can see here, so there's an organized person on the left, disorganized on the right. There's an inner and outer self, which we've discussed in many episodes, meaning how we act and how we really are. How you would act if nobody was watching or you knew you could never have any consequences for it. If your outer self and inner self are very different, you spend a long time in the world of spirits. If you were used to acting like you were a nice person, but you're secretly scheming to harm people, it could take a long time for you to become externally like you are internally. So you see the distance between those two states for us is how long the time is. It's just about gaining consistency. Whether you're going to go up or down, you have to be who, externally be an image of what you are internally. And that is the time spent in the world of spirits.